let's write this down. So parallel lines, they never intersect. They have the same slope. But different y-intercepts. Perpendicular lines intersect at right angles. And slopes are opposite reciprocals. Okay, so just as a review, opposite means that if one's positive, the second one's negative, and vice versa. So you should have one slope that's positive, one slope that's negative in a perpendicular set. And reciprocal, you can think about that as like a flip. So like if your first slope was 1/7, your second slope would be -7. Okay. All right, so first we're just going to practice writing the equation of a line with a specific point and slope. So there's more than one way to do it, but I like to do it best where you plug into y equals mx plus b and solve for a new y-intercept. So in y equals mx plus b, which one is slope? M. Which one is y-intercept? B. Oh, awesome. Okay. And our x and y come from our coordinate. So 5 is going to be x, 4 is going to be y. And then we'll just plug into y equals mx plus b. So we've got 4 equals 4 times 5, m and x, plus b. Make sure your b looks like a b and not a 6, because sometimes that can mess people up. So if you need to make it a capital B, you could do that to help yourself out. And then we're just going to solve for b. So 4 equals 20 plus b. Subtract 20 from both sides. And b is -16. So your final equation is y equals 4x minus 16. Okay, when you're ready, try the next one. Try B. And share with your group. Okay, so for B, you should have gotten y equals -1/6 x minus 3. Okay, so now we're going to go to part 2. So part 2 says, now we're given the equation of a line and a point, and the goal is to write a second line that's parallel to the first one and goes through that point. So I'll sketch you a picture. So the situation is we have a point and we have a line, and we're making the equation of a line going through that point parallel to the first line. So that's our scenario. So first step, we got to figure out what our slope is going to be. So in the first line, what was the slope?
2x.
2. So what slope is parallel to 2? 2, because parallel lines have the same slope. All right, so m is 2. X and y come from the coordinate. So x is 1, y is negative 10. So now we can just plug into y equals mx plus b and solve for b. So negative 10 equals 2 for m, 1 for x, plus b. Now we just simplify, so I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides to get b equals negative 12. So my solution is y equals 2x minus 12. So they're parallel lines because they have the same slope and different y-intercepts. Okay, you guys try the next one. Try B. Okay, so hopefully you got y equals negative 2x plus 1.
Yeah, so then you get negative 1. Yeah. Negative 1x.
Okay, let's come together for last but not least, perpendicular lines. Okay, so our situation in a picture is we have a point, we have a line. We're writing the equation of a line that goes through that point and is perpendicular to the first line. So that's the goal. All right, so first step is we got to say, what is our slope going to be? So first you identify what is the slope from the original line. Yeah, the original one is 3, so the new one is the opposite reciprocal, which is negative 1 over 3. Okay. Again, x and y come from your points. And now we plug in to y equals mx plus b. So 2 equals negative 1/3 times 3 plus b. And then we just simplify. So y equals negative 1/3 x plus 3. All right, just like before, try the next one on your own. Try B. plug in at the end. Like, wrong number. Okay, so on this one, you should have gotten y equals negative 1/4 x minus 4. If you didn't get that, you might just want to double check how you simplified the fraction times the whole number. A negative times a negative is a positive, and then 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, before we flip over to the back, I have a question for you. You don't have to write this down, just food for thought for a second. Okay, so if I have an equation that says 2x plus 3y equals negative 7, can you tell from there what the slope is? Talk to your group. Decide. Can you tell what the slope is? Okay, let's see. Anybody have any thoughts or ideas? Yeah?
You can just subtract the negative 2x to the other side and then divide by 3.
Yep, so you got to rewrite it into slope-intercept form, right? This is standard form, what we call standard form. But yeah, so you would move the 2x over, so you get 3y equals negative 2x minus 7, and then divide everything by 3 to get y equals negative 2/3 x minus 7/3. So only when it's in y equals can you actually see the slope. So just keep that in mind that if you see something that's not written in y equals, you can't see slope yet, you have to solve for y first. Okay, all right.